SmartSuite just dropped a useful new feature. It's the looping action within automations. You can now loop through records and update them automatically without any external tools. In this video, I'll show you how to update line item statuses linked to a specific order all in one automation. Check it out. Welcome back. I'm Zack from InnerDev Solutions. We help businesses streamline their processes using custom no-code tools so you can focus on what matters most. To learn more, you can visit our website, innerdevsolutions.com, or use the link in the description below. I'll show you how to use the looping action within automations in this video. If you don't have a SmartSuite account already, there's a link in the description below. Also, in the description below, you can find a link to the help docs. In SmartSuite's Help Center, they have an automation action looping article, and you can go through it for any additional help, but I'll show you how to get started quite quickly. Back in my solution, really simply have an orders and an items table. Basically what we're going to do in this video is we are going to look at any order that gets a status update to a specific status, and it's going to update all of the items that are linked. For example, this is one order here and they're all in the ordered status. And now, depending on your specific use case, sometimes certain items might be shipped or delivered at a specific time separately from the original order. It all depends. But what we're going to do here is we're going to factor that in based off of the status. We can come in and select shipped or delivered. And then I also have statuses for partially shipped and partially delivered. That way it doesn't update all of the line items that are linked. But if you know that all of the items on that specific order have now been shipped, ordered or delivered, whatever it may be, you can come in to the order, make that selection, and then within a few seconds, all of the statuses will get changed on the specific line items as well. The way we do that, we need to go up here to our solution drop down. We can select automations and we can add an automation. We'll rename this, and the trigger is going to be when a record is updated. It's the order tables that we want to watch. And we're going to add a condition, and it's simply going to be when the status changes. It can be from any, and when it changes to has any of, ordered, shipped, or delivered, this is what will trigger the automation. Now we can go into add an action, and to be able to use the looping, which is the advanced logic right here, this is the action we're going to use. We have to find records first. We can go find records. We want to find records in an actual items table, not the orders table. Search name, we can just leave that as find records. If no records are found, should probably set it to fail in this case, but I'll just leave it as continue. Find up to 100 records, I'll just leave that as is. And this is important too. We are looking for multiple records because we want to look for any record that is linked to the order, which could be multiple line items. Now we're going to add a condition, and we're just going to search for the link to orders, and we're going to change this is equal to, and we want to change this to the order ID, or we could also use the record ID, which is what I'm going to use in this case. Now we can add another action. This is where the looping comes in. We can select the list, which is the find record items. Just leave that as is. And we can use an update records action within the looping. What that's going to do is going to go over each line item found within the order. And then we're going to update it, specifically the status. It's actually the items that we want to update. Now we can go add field, search for status again, and we're going to use the fields from trigger and pass in the status. I can add the automation. We'll turn that on, and now we can give it a test. What this is going to do now is when this status changes, and if it changes to any of the ordered, shipped, or delivered, it's going to trigger that automation. It's going to find all of the items that are linked to this specific order, which is in this field here. And we only have one set of items right now. So it's going to find all of these. And then it's going to update the status to be equal to whatever the status is here that we changed it to. I'm going to change this now to shipped. And then I can go back into automations. We're going to select the automation that we just created, and we can go into history, and we can see that it's running. And if everything has been set up correctly, within a few seconds here, we should see it flip to success. Now it says success, so we can close out of this, go over to items, and we can see the status has now been updated to ship on all of the line items linked. Now there's a lot more that you can do with the looping action, but that is a simple use case that would probably be helpful for a lot of people. I know I've already implemented it into a few of my client solutions, which simplifies things. It doesn't require the automation to be set up in an external tool like Relay or Make or another tool like that. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tutorials in the future.